versus money. I was thinking about this recently on Pi Day, which is March 14th, when a lot of places give away free pies. Places meaning mostly pizza places, because I guess pizzas are cheap and pies are not. There's a place you get a slice of pie for $3.14, but you can't get a whole pie. But they'll sell you a whole pizza for $3.14, and the best deal was at Blaze Pizza. It's just one of these newer chains that popped up where you get to choose your toppings, and then they fire it up right away, and it's done pretty well. Won't lie, it's pretty tasty. So I looked at Google, because, they have this wait thing, and it had a super long wait around noontime, and so it was in the afternoon. I was like, oh, the wait's shortened down. It says sort of normal. I go there, I was like, you're an idiot, Google. How is this normal? The line's still out the door, it's raining, right? And the line's literally out the door to the sidewalk. Not a short line. I don't know how long you're going to have to wait. Why do people want to wait for free food or cheap food, right? I'm going to 7-Eleven where there is no wait and I got my junky pizza for $3.14, right? Definitely not the same. But is time money? Why is it that people wouldn't mind waiting, like Black Friday in the past, where people wait a long time to save some money? Is it because their time's not valuable? Why is it that we would wait in line for things and not pay money when we pay money many other times to save ourselves the hassle waiting, right? Those of us who have AAA memberships, some people keep it not for the car reason, but the fact they go to AAA and process their DMV stuff instead of going to DMV and spending time there waiting. People don't want to wait. They pay other people to wait for them. People try to get elite status on airlines so they don't have to wait. They could skip the line and have a special line for them. There's all these things people do to not wait. But somehow waiting in line for pizza for a good deal, whereas you could just pay $11 normal days. Right? I don't know why. Why is it? What is the human psyche that some things we wait for and other things we don't? Do people find it enjoyable waiting? Maybe sometimes you find it enjoyable. But I don't know how many people find enjoyable waiting in the rain. It wasn't pouring then, but in the rain, in the cold for pizza in Southern California. We're not used to the rain and cold, by the way. Saw a sign on a restaurant recently that said, "We missed the drought," which is funny because I think most of us do. But how do human beings think? How does the mind work? And that's the thing about money, I feel, right? It's also funny how people spend their money on things. Even though they're stingy on other things, they'll definitely spend on other things. Safety is when you say, oh, this is safer. They say, oh, let me buy it, right? Like, do you even know if it's true or not? Like Molecule, the air purifier, which doesn't actually do anything. Looks nice. They have a good website. But why would you spend money on your air purification if it doesn't actually purify? Shouldn't you actually know if it purifies before spending money? And that's the thing. On one hand, we throw away time, we throw away money on things. On the other hand, we don't. How do we distinguish? Because one thing I've concluded is the more important it is, the less money we spend on it and the less time we spend on it, like researching and doing stuff. Like in terms of medical health. When it gets really, really complicated, really, really serious, people just trust the experts even more, even though they have no idea whether this person knows what they're doing. I find that really interesting, infuriating, frustrating, etc., right? Because the more important it should be, the more time you should spend on it. Isn't that only logical? If you have a lot of tests tomorrow and one class is important and one's not, then don't you spend more time studying for the class that's important? And it seems like people always have the opposite. And one thing I've realized is people don't spend time on stuff if it's too difficult. Instead of saying, I'm going to spend even more time to overcome this hurdle, they just give up. They say, wow, I just can't do anything about it. It's too difficult. I think that's one thing with, say, medical care. It becomes too difficult to know everything. All these experts have different opinions. How do you actually figure it out? You don't. Just go with the guy who's nice and listen to him. Right? It's too hard. That's why people will wait in line on Pi Day at Blaze Pizza. Because you're getting a good deal. You feel good about that. You're going to get some good tasting pizza for $3.14. And you could do it. Because you know how to wait in line, right?